right. Hey, everybody. We're so excited that you guys are here. We have some fun stuff to share tonight. So I'm super excited about that. Um, awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Okay, so we are live. I like it. I like it. All right, it's fantastic. So Pam and Jim are actually in Atlanta right now because there's a business leader meeting going on actually in Atlanta, which is crazy because they're usually like in Orlando or something like that. So lucky for them that they're already down there, right? Awesome. All right. So I'm excited to be here tonight. We're gonna do some recognition for week one, which I am so discombobulated by the beginning of 2024. I looked at the recognition, I was like, well, where's week two recognition? I'm like totally spaced. And then I was like, oh wait, it's only week one. I'm like, sweet. We got a lot more time to finish out this month. I was really excited because I did look at the numbers yesterday. I was like, oh. That's not good. But it's really good if it's only 1 week. So that's exciting. Yay. All right. So we're gonna do the recognition, and then we are gonna talk to you about a variety of different things here tonight. And we're going with the acronym SOUP. Okay, because in February, a lot of times it's pretty cold outside, or at least the weather's weird. Doesn't even matter if you're in the South. The weather's not normal in February. And what do we want when the weather's not normal? We want soup, right? We want comfort food. And right now we have a pressure cooker on sale. What the acronym stands for is the S is for sales. And I have Kerrie Rybick here tonight. I'm super excited. She is going to be sharing one of her party themes that she loves to do. She is so good at just kind of being innovative when it comes to her business and parties. So she's going to be sharing her charcuterie party, which is perfect timing because there are some things on sale right now that could be easily used to that party. And then the O is for opportunity, and Jeni's going to be talking to us just a little bit about sharing the opportunity and the opportunities that we have available here in Tupperware. And then the U is for utilize available things. So I am going to just kind of go over a couple of things that you probably know are out there, but maybe we need a refresher, right? I know a couple weeks ago, Jeni shared our easy button again, and I know about the easy button and I remember the easy button, but I actually forgot about how many things were on that easy button. And I was like, oh, see, everybody needs a refresher from time to time. And then the P is for passion. And Jeni's going to be talking to us a little bit about that, the passion in the business and just kind of finding that and where that can lead, right? All right. And then we'll talk a little bit about some of the challenges and things like that going on right now from Tupperware to make sure you remember about them, because I forget about those too. I mean, heck, I thought it was week two. So I definitely need to be reminded of what it is I'm working for this week. And I'm sure some of us need to as well. All right. So first things first, we will get started with some recognition. All right. We are just going to share my desktop, I believe. Oh no, I closed the window. Hold on. And I was like, where'd the window go that I was just looking at? Well, actually, I don't even need that. Hold on. Sorry, guys. I closed everything out to make it easy for myself, and then I realized I closed everything out, even the stuff I need. All right, so we are going to start off with our recognition. Okay, so we have week one of February, and so let's see who is up here in personal sales. All right, why is it not clicking? There we go. Paula Berry coming in at number 10. We have Sarah Miller, number 9. Gina, number 8. Lydia, number 7. Congratulations on being the number 1 consultant as well, Lydia. Debbie, number 6, and she's number 1 manager. Very exciting. Bonnie's number 5. Number 4 is Erica, number 1 star manager. Congrats. Number 3 is Patricia. Number 2 is Loretta DeCenzo Tiber, the number 1 star director. And then Nikki Micah, woohoo, number 1 director. Look at the sales girl. She's been busy. All right. Unit sales, number 10, it's Debbie. Number 9 is Diane Smith, new manager. Number 8 is Jeni. Number 7 is Melanie. Number 6 is Sonia. Congratulations. Number 5, Angela. Number 4, Christy. Number 1, executive manager right there. Number 3 is Rena. Number 2, number 1 manager is Kathy. And number 1 star manager and number 1 in all unit sales is Erica. Congratulations, Erica, and everybody in the top 10. All right, so team sales, number 10, we got Manel. Number 7 is Sarah. We have number 8, we have Loretta. And number 7 is Jessica. Congratulations. Number 6 is Nikki. Number 5, Amy. Number 4 is Pat. Congrats, Pat. Number 3 is Bonnie. And number 2 is Par Excellence. Woohoo! Way to go, guys. And number 1 is Pam Clift. Woohoo! I'm like a party away from the PC champs. That's kind of awesome. They've been blowing everybody out of the water for a while. All right, so org sales, we have coming in at number 4, Loretta. Number 3 is Amy. Number 2 is Bonnie. And number 1 is Par Excellence Organization. Congratulations, Par Excellence. Woo woo. Okay, don't mess with me. Okay. Don't do this to me. All right, personal recruiting. We have coming in at number 9, Sherry. Number 8 is Liz. Number 7 is Stephanie. Congrats, I saw her on. Number 6 is Nathan. Number 5 is Bonnie. Number 4, Renee. Number 3, Pat. Number 2, Loretta. And number 1, Melanie. Manel. I saw the M and my head just went there. All right, unit recruiting. Number 4 is Diane. Number 3 is Rybick. Number 2 is Debbie Morris. And number 1, Christy Jackson. Congrats. Woohoo. All right, team recruiting. Number 7 is Bonnie. We got 6, Pam. Number 5 is Amy. Number 4 is Per Excellence. And me. It still sounds weird to say my name, so I don't never know what to say there. Number 3 is Pat. Number 2 is Loretta, and number 1 is Manel Franklin. Congrats, Manel. All right, and org recruiting. Number 4 is Amy. Number 3 is Loretta. Number 2 is Bonnie, and number 1 is Par Excellence. Congratulations, everybody. Woohoo! All right, so we are going to jump right into our training. And so, where did she go? Kerrie, wave your hand around. All of a sudden, I don't see her. Oh, I hope she didn't get kicked out. She sometimes
No,
says
her camera's not on though.
her camera's there.
There
She
she is.
is.
There
I
she
see
is.
her. I see her. All right.
And you're
We got
muted, girlfriend.
All right. Thank you, spotlighters. All right. So, oh, wait, you're muted, sweetheart.
She said, I need help.
You need help. I asked to unmute. See if you can click that. Say
Hello?
something.
There you are.
Is it really?
It's really there.
I've been up here like freaking out. I was trying to listen to all the recognitions. Congratulations to everybody. There's Chris.
Hi,
He was
Chris.
like, well, there's a little thing on my audio that says like has a triangle on it. Anyway, it wouldn't let me in. It kept saying into no audio. So if anyone heard me saying any choice words, I apologize.
You are fantastic. Don't worry about a thing. All right. So thank you, IT department, Chris. All right. All right. So Kerrie, I'm so excited for you to share tonight a little bit about your charcuterie party. I know you've done them in the past. You have another one coming up here soon. So I'm going to let you take the floor and just share about that. And at the end, if we have any questions, I'll come in and ask some questions. So if you have questions, put them in the chat and I'll ask her afterwards. All right. Take it away, Kerrie.
Thank you. All right, everybody. So charcuterie parties. So this is something I did my first one. I want to say like last, Chris is rubbing his belly out there because he loves when it's charcuterie day because we love it. And that's just something that we like to snack on. And like my friends do, we always have like somebody who's bringing the charcuterie. So it's something that we already like. So I think it was in the fall, maybe I'd had a couple issues with some parties that kind of fell through and I was kind of bummed out about it. I was like, oh man, like I was really counting on those parties, you know? And I thought, well, what can I do? What can I do? And I remember I went on and there was a special sale and they had the shallow cheese smarts. I think I got like a case of them for, I don't know, like $100 or something at the time. You know, like 12 or whatever of it. And I was so excited. So I had thought, wow, what can I do with that? I was like, I can do a charcuterie party. So that kind of popped in. I asked a couple of my friends and I sold out immediately, like 8 spots. So I have a dining room table that seats 8 people, and I figured I would just keep it at 8 because I can have the station, everybody have their own spot set up to do those. So we did that. And I charged $25, and that covered the cost of the item, the Tupperware item, the charcuterie at the time. With my discount, it covered that. And then it left me money to purchase the charcuterie items, which would be your cheeses, your meats, your condiments, your fruits if you did fruit or any of those things. So and then wine. I also said it would be a wine and charcuterie party. So I said, come have a glass of wine. I'm gonna teach you how to do charcuterie boards, easy, and enjoy a glass of wine. So I factored that all into the price. I didn't want to be too high in pricing, but I did $25 and that covered everything. So um, I overshot, like I overspent the budget like by $40. And I thought, uh-oh, but these were my good friends. I really wanted to do a nice job to hopefully book parties with them, and I thought it's not going to go bad in my house. $40 worth of cheese, my husband, myself, and our daughter will eat the cheese, so I figured it wouldn't go bad. So that was then. And then just at the end of December, December parties are pretty good in the beginning, and then you get some ordering, and I thought, oh my gosh, I just didn't have enough for my standards of sales. And I thought, well, I've got to do something. So that was the end of the year Tupperware sale. And I saw that they had the shallow rectangular fridge smarts on special. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I think it came up to be $6.72, which was way better than in the fall at $11 a pop. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I remember I said to my husband, like, it was just Christmas. And I thought, I really can't be shelling out $100 ahead of time, but I didn't want to miss that sale. And I just put a vague post out on Facebook and just said, hey, if I were to do a charcuterie party at my house, would you guys be interested? And everybody, it was like the middle of, between Christmas and New Year's, and everybody was like, yes, yes, yes. And I had like 15 people, and I thought, oh my gosh. So I figured some of them wouldn't pan out. So I ordered 8 right away so I wouldn't miss out, because I knew that's what I would have. And I would just say, we're done at 8, we're done at 8. Well, I had more than 8. So I had to go on the next day and place another order. So I ordered like a total of 20 of them. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's $200. I was kind of freaking out, but I thought, you know what? It's going to be okay. We're going to sell out again. So we ended up having 2 parties to accommodate people. And you are in a good spot right now, you guys, because the low rectangular fridge smart is on sale right now for $14. That's like half off out of the catalog. And the small square one is on sale also for $11. And then you guys, the round circle round container is $15. That doesn't include when we take our discount. So you guys have a couple things right then and there that if you wanted to do one of these parties, you could definitely do that and set it up and be doing it, soon. So I wanted to make sure that I had all that stuff. So with that being said, I charged the $25. I made sure that everybody paid ahead of time because I needed that money. I had already put that money out for the cheese smarts. So I couldn't obviously just go out. I wish I was that wealthy that I could just go out and buy like all this stuff ahead of time. But in reality, I was like, I need that money so I can go shopping and replace the money I already spent with the, purchasing of the Tupperware. So my favorite store to shop is Aldi. I do a ton of shopping, and around the holidays and always, but especially around the holidays, they have a great selection. They have some extra stuff. So you could definitely get cheeses that you would normally buy at like Giant Eagle or something for half the price, name brand at Aldi. So I made myself a list. I actually went online. I went onto Pinterest and just Googled or typed in small charcuterie board ideas, you guys. And honestly, there was like 5 different small ones that I was able to find just by Googling that. And that was just to find something different. But basically you want to stick with your pepperoni, your salami to kind of keep it basic. It doesn't have to be crazy. I had some spicy salami that I was able to get, and I'm talking a huge container of the salami that for all the people, and there was extra left for like $6.99. So I had the 8 people. Chunks of cheese. I bought the basic cheeses like your sharp cheddar, your yellow cheddar, your provolone, your Swiss, the regular blocks that you can buy wherever that are a little bit less expensive than the fancier ones. But then I did throw a couple fancy ones in, like a white cheddar with cranberry. That was a couple bucks more. Um, I also did the regular assorted crackers that you can get like a fancy selection. I got those to kind of fill in between the club crackers and then your Ritz crackers or that type of cracker. Um, and then the accompaniments, little pickles. People love those little pickles. Well, Sam's Club has a giant one for $4. So I went and got the giant one. And I will tell you guys right now, if you guys do this, get the pickles because people went nuts over these little pickles. They just loved them and they looked really cute on the tray. And with the tray, I used cupcake liners because you want to put like I put little chocolate covered almonds. I put some dried fruits, things like that. So whatever's on sale, kind of go for that, but start with a base of your salamis, your cheeses, and things like that. Then if you have drinkers and you're going to have people that drink wine, you'll get a couple bottles of wine. I got like a sweet wine and I got a dry wine, and they're cheap there. They're $4.99 a bottle. Um, so you could really do a nice thing by shopping at the Aldi there. So payment ahead of time so you guys can get that money in your account. In fact, tomorrow's my day. I have one on Saturday and I have confirmed 6 people. I just transferred my Venmo money today. That should go and hit my account tomorrow so that I can go shopping to Aldi and get my list. And I have my list written out with my cheeses. I usually welcome everybody. I have the whole table set up. Am I going too long, Ellen? Because I know I get carried away.
No, you're fantastic. Keep going. Go
Okay.
ahead.
So I made sure I had my table all set up. I cut all of my cheeses ahead of time in the daytime, earlier in the day, that Saturday. So everything was fresh cut. Of course, I put it in all my Tupperware, my rectangular containers, any of my containers. And to serve everything, I used all the Tupperware that I had. If you're just starting out and you don't have a lot of it, use what you have, make it look pretty, but utilize other things as well. I had the little mini tongs that I got at I'm in the restaurant business forever and a day too. So I already had those, but you could buy those little tongs. I've seen them at like the Dollar Tree sells them. They're little plastic tongs. I also made sure I had a box of gloves for people to put gloves on, so that it's, sanitary. You don't want everybody just digging their hands in. So when I get everybody together at the table, everything's set up. I have all of I had everything was washed and ready for them to go. It was set as a place setting so they could see when they walked in, they knew that they each had a spot. I didn't designate it to anybody, but I made sure that they had it set up there where they could just walk up, had the gloves. I did a little spiel and explained and welcomed them all to the party. But when they first walked in the door, I offered them a beverage, a water, wine, or sparkling water I had. And then kind of chatted. Once everybody got there, actually had a quick appetizer that I put together. So I could teach them a recipe and tell them, hey, I put this appetizer out for you. And it was made so easily. I took brie and put them in these little already made phyllo cups, baked them for 15 minutes and put a little bit of jam on them. They couldn't believe it. So I'm giving them a little recipe as well to tell them about, as well as something to snack on while you're waiting for the other guests to arrive. And I think I maybe spent on all that stuff, you guys, totally like $6. And it was enough. It was 12 of them little pastries that I made for everybody to have, just something to nibble on as we were going in, introducing themselves. And then we went into the room where I had everything set up. Explained to them, we're going to use gloves or we're going to use the tongs to do everything. And explained all the cheeses to them. And then I showed them how to make the little salami roses, which there are tutorials on YouTube you can learn, on Pinterest you can learn, all of those things. And everybody got into it. And I walked around the table and showed everybody how to do it. There's a couple different versions. The stemless, or a wine glass you could do where you layer it. There's also ways you could fold and lay them and roll them up and lay them on there. But really, you guys, it's super easy. You're the creator. I put, like I said, a couple chocolate almonds in there. I bought a couple bags of dried apricots because let's face it, we're in, the winter seasons. There's not a lot fresh. And I did get grapes. Grapes were more economical than me getting strawberries at this time of year. So I did get a bunch of grapes. I cleaned them all. I made sure they were in my fridge smarts. I let them all dry in my microfiber towels, had them separated by cutting them with my, Tupperware scissors, had them all in there. and set those out as well. And I could send the pictures to Ellen if she'd like to share those with you guys so you can see the table that I set up. But so that everything was ready for them. And once I explained everything, we did that. It took maybe about 40 minutes. And afterwards, I had the catalog set up and we talked Tupperware and all the products that we used. And I did a little quick demo, like if we were having a party, I showed them a couple things that were on special that I had, show them the sales flyer, and have those catalogs ready in your shopping link available. So they can shop of the stuff that they liked, or they can look through the catalog. So that was a fun thing too. So yeah, that's what we did.
Awesome. Okay, so I absolutely love this. And so when she started doing these, I've talked to her a couple times about her various theme parties. When she started doing these, she was putting it out there and she's offering parties and she's getting a lot of no's, right? Kerrie, yeah, you were getting a ton of no's and you're just like, okay, I have to figure this out, right? So
Right.
she just changed it, right? So she came at them with a different offer, and people do love themes. Like people that are like, I don't want to do a party. And then you're just like, oh, really? Because I do these Wine Down Wednesday parties. They're super fun. And then they're just like, oh, well, I like the idea of that. There was one of my friends date a party, and I think she dated it just because it was me, right? And she really wasn't that into it. And I sent her the the invite, and I made the invite say senoritas and margaritas. And she's like, and that's why I did the party, because you're fun and I like doing things like this, right? And so a theme can really kind of make magic happen. And so if you're in the same position, maybe you're getting a lot of no's, change it up, because if you're not having fun, they're not gonna have fun, right? So you got to make
Right.
sure that you're making it sound fun. So something else now, and now, so she, did the charcuterie party, and then just recently we were talking. I saw her made a post, and she's like, "Hey, who's interested in a ramen party?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so funny!" And it was funny because the night before I had made ramen, which is why it stuck in my head. I've never made ramen in my life. I've never even had like the bagged little cup of
Really?
ramen noodle thing. Like I've never had any of that stuff. I can't now because it would make me sick. But even before that, I'd never tried it, even though I know so many people love it, including Eric. But I'd never made ramen. So I found these gluten-free ramen noodles and I was just like, oh, maybe I could try my hand at ramen. And it was fun. It was fun to be able to like experiment. And I was like, what kind of vegetables do I want to put in? Do I want it more like a soup? Do I want it more like a noodle dish? Like, what is it that I want? And so I was talking to her and she's like, well, I just thought it would be like another offer. So then as we were talking, we were kind of going back and forth. And I told her, Pam shared an idea about a soup exchange party. And so then, we're both talking about it, but this is how ideas happen, right? Is by just kind of throwing it out there and taking the temperature of the people in your circle, and seeing what could work, and so because we even talked it through, we were like, okay, so would everybody bring a soup or would they just bring a recipe? Like would we, and then right
Right.
now we were talking about the soup mugs, right, Kerrie?
Yes,
Yeah,
the soup mugs. And I have
yeah.
a surprise for you that
Okay.
just happened today since we talked. I booked a party for the 22nd and literally flying by the seat of my pants. Because when I posted that ramen thing, you guys, I've never made ramen. But you know what? Tupperware's brochure that came out and had it on there, I was like, oh, we're going to have a ramen party. And people want to. And now I'm like, I have to obviously make ramen, right? And try it out. So my family will be the guinea pigs on that, but I'm sure it'll be fine. So today, what I wanted to say is at this last party, it was kind of right between where I told them if they were going to order, you got to order. And I did it as a mystery host. So they had to order like that night or the next night, or I think it was the next night. So I already started planting the seeds of the soup and the soup cups and stuff like that. And the takeaway make and take meals that a couple years ago, I think somebody trained on the make and take meals, and I did the Mongolian beef one. And did we do them at the studio? I feel like there was
Yes,
something.
yeah, yeah.
So that came back to mind, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then Ellen and I were talking in the soup mugs. So at this party, I just started like throwing this stuff out because the pressure cooker is something I use a ton in my house. So at that party, I planted the seed. Well, if you guys don't want to do the charcuterie party, we are microwave pressure cooker. I brought that baby out of the cupboard and I started passing it around, showing these girls. And there was only 4 girls there at this one. And 2 of those people. One booked the party, the charcuterie. I reached back out to the one that said she might be interested in this soup party or the make and take. And today she said, "Let's do the make and take party." And I said, "Well, do you have an idea of which soup you might be thinking?" And I said, "Let me send you a couple." I went into the Tupperware page, the my catalogs soups, went into pressure cooker soup, sent her like 3 that I just clicked on, and they looked kind of easy: a French onion soup, easy baked potato soup, and the 5 ingredient chili. You guys keep it simple too. Like, don't be doing like coco van or some, I don't know, some French crazy soup. You know what I mean? Like sometimes those recipes Tupperware, I'm like, I know we're multicultural, but like, no, I'm not doing all that. Like, you need a list a mile long. So I sent her these couples. She picked it, and now I'm like, okay. So now I have to go do the price checking to see how much it would be, and we're going to throw a soup cup in there as well because those are on special. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And
So what happened today?
see how her mind worked around that whole thing. She saw all it was the bowl of ramen, and she's like, I could do something with this. Right. And so
Thank
I
you.
love that. And the other thing, Kerrie, is you looked at your Tupperware resources to see what's out there, what is easy, what's something that Tupperware's already kind of done. So
Yes.
all you need to do is kind of point people in that direction. So I love that because we all have the same resources that she's talking about. So for
Yeah.
those of you that are like, I've never really done Pinterest, I don't really understand it. Well, you got your Tupperware website. And if you don't understand that, we need to talk, like, because that's your tools, right? That's one of your main tools for success is all of our Tupperware resources. And I'm going to talk about some of the champion resources, but maybe next week we'll talk more about Tupperware resources just so that you can even see how much more there is that Tupperware just offers. So that is so awesome, Kerrie. I absolutely love that. And the cool thing is even with the soup party or with a charcuterie board or anything like that, any of our Tupperware that is, for the charcuterie, you could use practically anything that is kind of that lower sort of a dish, whether it's on sale or full price, because people will pay. You'll find the right people, because the right people, if it sounds like fun and they're going to walk away with something, they will do it. And when we did the make and take parties before, a lot of times we would add a couple extra dollars, like we would add $5 or $10 to the what our cost is and make sure we're making money, right? And then we would add $5 or $10 and tell them they had a $5 or $10 shopping credit
That's
to
what
ensure that people were placing orders and doing things like that. So, and when you
okay.
try something like this, if the first time it's kind of funky, it doesn't work out, or like Kerrie said, she's like, I ended up spending too much, right? It's a learning curve. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, right? That's when you go to your leader and you're like, let's figure this out because I didn't make any money and and people didn't place orders. Okay, so what can we do to like motivate people to place orders and do things like that? So there's lots of different things and different angles to try. So I'm super proud of you, Kerrie, for just like
Thank you.
not settling, right? Because you didn't settle for the no. You were like, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna get you somehow. So, and the
Right.
other thing that she didn't share was she has somebody that she dated this next charcuterie party with, and they were like, well, my house is kind of small. And Kerrie's like, hey, you can come to my house, right? She's like, that's even easier for me because I don't have to take any of my stuff anywhere. I have everything set up. And now her handsome husband that was on earlier, he travels a lot. So it's even easier for her not to have to worry about childcare or anything like that. So don't be afraid to do something along those lines either. Be flexible and just kind of whatever works for you. If your house is not a house that it's not easy for you to invite people over, then don't stress about it. Don't do that. Don't offer that, right? Don't turn it into something that it doesn't need to be, right? I mean, for a while we had an older dog and it was kind of messy. And so I was like, yeah, let's not have a party right now.
Right.
So, I mean, things happen. So don't worry about it. But that is always an option. And again, she's being creative and figuring out like what's going to work for her so she can still party while her husband's out of town. So she can, be able to get the yeses when you're saying, hey, I want to have a Tupperware party, and they're saying no. So congratulations. Way to go, Kerrie.
Thank
I'm really
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing. I
Thank
absolutely
you.
love it. Got lots of love here the chat about the ramen
Thanks,
parties
guys.
and all these ideas. So thank you so much, Kerrie.
Thank you for having me. If you guys have any questions, shoot me a message on Messenger. I'm happy to help, guys.
She likes to talk.
Better together.
Bye. All right. Okay. See why I love her? Okay. All right. So next we have the O, and that is talking about the opportunity. And I am going to bring Jeni on here. And Jeni and I or Jeni's going to be talking a little bit about that. And then it'll come back to me. So take it away, Jeni.
Okay. So you guys made me laugh about the ramen because there was probably a 6-year period in my home where that was all you could smell. Because when my girls were in junior high and high school, after um athletic practices and stuff like that, they would come in and that's the first thing that hit walking in the door. They'd grab a bag of ramen. That some of them would like throw it on the floor to crush it up. Some of them like the noodles long. And the next thing I knew, it was either on the stove or in the microwave, and that's all you could smell through the house every day. And it was like, you guys ever get sick of these? And they're like, no. And the best part was they were like 10 cents a pack or something. So I was like, okay, probably not healthy, but it works. So yeah, so ramen parties are great. And Kerrie, you should get hold of my girls because they need to do that, right? All right, so we're going to talk about the opportunity. And you guys just saw how Kerrie has taken what's out there and made an opportunity for herself. And so we want to talk a little bit about different opportunities that Tupperware has. And usually when we talk about opportunity, we talk about sharing the opportunity with other people. But it's easier to share the opportunity with other people when you remember what it's done for you, what the Tupperware opportunity has made possible for you. Okay. So if you think about made some extra money, either a little or a lot, depending on honestly the effort you put in. Okay. So let's just be honest with that. The opportunity knocks, but we do have to open that door. It's not going to stand outside and wait for us to, just throw money in the door. You can get car cash if you don't want the car. There's trips, there's recognition, there's all kinds of opportunities for us in Tupperware. And you need to remember that and which ones you love the most when you're telling other people about the opportunity for them. All right. Because when you start telling somebody that, oh, you can get a discount, we have cooking solutions, we have storage solutions, money saving solutions, all of that's great. But then remind them and remind yourself of everything it does for you too, with the money, with the friends, with all the extra thing. I have learned so much about cooking. I mean, guys, I'm not like 25 or 30 years old. I cooked my whole life and got to the point where I hated it. Like the worst question of the day was, what's for dinner? I couldn't stand it. And then I started using Tupperware, which I had never had in my kitchen, honestly, until I started in Tupperware. I did not own Tupperware. And once we started with the grill and the stack cooker, which is my favorite all-time product in Tupperware, the pressure cooker, everything that started coming out, I learned how to cook different. And now I like to cook. Of course, it might be because I'm not cooking for a herd of children that all want different things. Like when we made chili, I had to make 5 different pots of chili because this one wouldn't eat that and this one wouldn't eat that. And it was just so much fun. But anyway, so that's the kind of thing that you need to be telling people about the opportunity, not just, hey, we have this kit for $25 and you can get a discount. That's great, but there's so much more. And then you got to talk about the business opportunity. How can the opportunity change your business? All right. And Kerrie just showed you some of that. Ellen was talking about like the wind down Wednesday. And these are some of the things I've used. Okay. So we have like, and a lot of times I'll just do a reel. We had cooking classes, we had things like that. So we had like Micro Magic Monday, where something as simple as the breakfast maker. You can show them how that works. People love that breakfast maker when they see it work, and they have no idea. And it's so much more than just omelets, guys. Okay, you got your omelets, French toast, pancakes, cinnamon rolls. It does so many things, and you can steam vegetables in it. So, find out what it does and let it work for you. Taco Tuesdays, that's just kind of a given all over the place, but we have so many things that make that fun. We do Wild Wednesdays in my team. every Wednesday, just Wild Wednesdays, which leaves you wide open to do anything just semi crazy, and make people, so in your VIP groups or even on your pages, just message people with something crazy for a Wild Wednesday and say, look what we have right now. We do Thankful Thursdays. We do Fun Fridays. Okay. So there's something for every day. Weekends, I usually do like, Sunday Fun Day or Saturday Family Day. What are you doing? And don't forget to use events and holidays to your advantage when you're talking about the business and the opportunity. Kerrie, she's getting so big.
I,
I,
I was like, oh my God,
like, I saw that picture of her in her basketball uniform today, and I was like, oh. Anyway, we digress, okay, or not, or we progress, I don't know. But anyway, so events and holidays, Super Bowl this Sunday. Just a picture of a bowl, and what are your plans for Super Bowl? Or here's a bowl for Super Bowl. Valentine's Day's coming, Easter's coming. And check out national days. Okay. There's all you have to do is Google national days, and you will get a 10 things a day that are a national day. And at least one of them's fun. Some of them are a little odd. Some of them, but that could be a Wild Wednesday too. So watch those national days and use it to your advantage to share the opportunity of the business, of the parties, what it's done for you. And now Ellen's going to tell you where to utilize things that are available in Champion.
awesome. Okay, I love that. So the first thing that she said, opportunities to do things, right? Like, what's this business? What opportunities has this business given you? So I want to share with you that so I had a moment earlier today. I've been having a lot of moments lately as my kids are getting older. And so see that right there, that little stool right there. So I bought that stool. Gosh, Ella was probably maybe like 3 or 4. And I was doing a ton of craft shows. And this lady, she had this stool. And I was like, that is a really cool stool. And she's like, well, I'm selling it. And I was like, at a craft show. Very weird, right? A little step stool. So I was like, oh yeah. And she's just like, if you want it, it's like $20. It's like, I will take it. I will take it, because at the time I needed a little step stool for something. So that step stool has been in my office since then. And that's the step stool that whenever Ella needed my attention and wanted to be near me when I was working my business, she would come in and she would pull that step stool out and she'd pop it open and she'd sit down. I have a picture of her sitting in my office in her Buzz Lightyear jammies eating ice cream while I was working my business. And I was like, and I think I post, it comes up in my memory. So I always try to repost it, because it's just like, I'm like, oh, and she's like my little business partner, and she just sit there, she's having her nighttime ice cream while we were doing whatever. And so I looked at that stool today and I was like, it's been a long time since somebody sat on my office stool. But I will say this, she still comes in here, and but Eric's desk is right over here. And so he has an actual chair. So she'll sit in the chair and not in the step stool. So she still comes in and joins me. And during COVID, she was a freshman in high school, kind of at the sort of middle of COVID. And there were times when I would be on these Zooms that she actually would be on the floor, curled up, watching a show, because she just wanted to be near me. And those are the opportunities that this business has afforded me. And so many of us, I know so many of us have had opportunities to be present for various things in their life because of this business. And it's just, and that's what we're offering when we're offering the opportunity. We're offering people to have these same opportunities, to have a step stool that is the sitting stool for the office when somebody wants to come in and talk to me while I'm working, for having, being able to be present for, and the other thing is the community. I mean, you heard Jeni stop what she was doing when she saw Addison because of how big she was. And then when she said that, I was just like, oh my gosh. And then I was thinking about Alex and Amy's son, who just had a birthday. And I was just like, and I asked her, I was like, wait, how old is he? Last week before the birthday. And I was just like, oh my God, how is that even possible? You know, and that's what we're offering, is we're offering those sort of things. It's not about doing home parties, and it's not about selling products and social selling. It's not, that's the how to. We're talking about the why to, and why somebody would want to leave the house to go do a craft show so that they can date some parties to get some extra income, why somebody would want to do those things. And these are some of those reasons that we communicate through posting on social media, that we communicate through our actions every day in the business. And those are some of the opportunities that it affords us. So sorry, I didn't intend to do that, but you said that. And then I saw the stool and I was like, but I did. I was picking up something off the floor and I looked over and I was like, my office stool. Like nobody sat on my office stool for a while. All right, so I'm going to share with you some of the tools that we can utilize, right? Because it's important to always kind of take stock of the type of tools that we have to share, because this is stuff that people want to know when they join the business. So this is our TW Champs website. If you haven't been to it lately, it got a facelift, had a little glow up here on our TW Champs website, all right? So we have a lot of cool things, and she has all the directors. If you click on them, it shows the directors and it shows their stories. So as you're talking to people, if you have somebody who has a corporate job, right, and it's just like, gosh, I hate Sundays because I get so crabby, I don't want to go to work, share with them Loretta's story. That's part of Loretta's story in Tupperware, is that she was a corporate person who left that to be able to be home with her kids and things like that, right? So there's lots of, and some of them have videos. So feel free to, because you can just share this link right up here, right up here in your bar, copy that, and you can send them directly to whichever person's story you think will resonate with that potential recruit. So lots of cool things going on there. But then also here on the home page, there's our Champion Easy button. It's everywhere, okay? You can't escape it. It's everywhere, okay? But there's that. And then these are going to be, you know, for the most part, pretty up to date with stuff going on. And down here, we have more resources. Come on here and click around and see what is here. Here are the challenges going on right now. By the way, we're in the middle of our 2-week sales challenge, right? We're in the middle of our 2-week sales challenge, and $500 gets you that bowl set that's going to be on sale next month, right? So pay attention to these sort of things. We also have our MicroPro Grill sales challenge. So for those of you that have been coveting the MicroPro Grill and you want it, this is a great way to be able to get it for $20. I mean, that is just crazy. $20 for that thing? Oh, get out of here. So yeah, lots of great things going on. So definitely take a look at this website. Lots of resources on here. Also, don't forget our amazing recipes. I still, at least once a week, come here looking for a recipe. So there is a search bar if you're looking for something in particular. These are here are some of our recipe booklets, right? How awesome is that? Recipe by product. Right? So if you're looking for a recipe to go in a specific product, like the stack cooker, like things like that, you can take a look at that. Chop and prep, right? Here are all recipes. There are recipes for the chop and prep, right? So you can go on here and you can look at the various recipes. But my favorite, the thing I go to the most, is Rally Night demo recipes. Because we have so many amazing recipes in here. And Lydia Sutliff, shout out to Lydia Sutliff, because she typed up all these recipes for us and even put the products that coordinate with those recipes on there. So, I mean, like, seriously, I still go here because the cool thing about it is, here's the 5-ingredient chili that she was talking about. Actually, she may not type this one up. This may be a Tupperware. Nope, she did. So some of them are, this is a recipe card size, right? So you can print this up and then you can take it to a party, you know, for Kerrie, if she chooses to do this recipe, she can print up a couple of these and everybody can leave with a copy. She doesn't have to type anything up. She doesn't have to create anything. It's all right here. And then some of the recipes are 2 per page, but some of them are some of the bigger recipes. And then some of them are 4 per page. But I mean, like, seriously, what a great resource for us to be able to have that. So definitely check out our TW Champs website. There is also, I'm going to go over to our champion team page. And Kerrie, those pictures that you have, go onto the champion team page and you can just make a post and then we'll approve it and get it out for you. So just put them there and we'll get that out. So our champion team page, you know, make sure you're paying attention. Actually, Jessica and Amy, major shout out to them. They went in today and we're cleaning up some of our albums and things along those lines. Take a look at this stuff, guys. So many cool things. Facebook party memes. Here are our February incentives. So we have this stuff in so many different places for you. So however it is that you work your business, if your go-to place is going to Facebook, then here's where this is. Also, our guides are being updated currently, and they're going to continue to be updated. So just always check back and see what we have going on, right? And then also we have our boards for our boards people. All right. So this is our champion board. If there's something that you use a lot and you think maybe other people would use as well, and you want it in a board, just message me or your director and have them just add this to the board for champions. If you don't understand boards, we do have a training that goes in depth, a little bit more in depth on boards that we can kind of let you know. But right here, I have all the February recruiting right here. Really easy. The thing about boards is it's really easy. You just grab this, and everybody's faces are in the way. Let me move you guys. You grab this and then you click the share button, and now it's copied to my clipboard. So then I can go straight to Messenger and I can just hit paste and it pastes it right to my Messenger. All right. And that's the free way to use it. You can also, if you do the paid version, you can, there's like a little keyboard thing on your phone that helps you populate it, but you don't have to do that. Right. But everything's nice and organized here, complete also with word choices on dating parties, you know, who to ask, how to ask, all kinds of stuff. Come in here and play around. If you need the link to it, talk to your director. We'll get that to you. All right. So all this stuff is in here. Helpful info. Yeah, all this stuff. This is actually from my like I have my own board, and this is info that I'm always accessing, bowls and containers, all that kind of good stuff, right? So and I try to keep it updated as much as I can. I update it every month. But if you catch something that's not updated, just let me know and I'll get it taken care of, because I want to try and keep it as updated as possible. But when it comes to boards, you can also, I encourage you to have your own board in here. This is my board, my personal board. And the number one thing I use this for is my links, my shopping links, right? So here's my direct to Messenger link. If I want somebody to message me on Messenger, I send them that. There's my link for PayPal and Venmo. There's my enroll link. So when somebody's like, hey, how do I get started? I just click that and send them my link, right? The digital Tupperware catalog, when somebody just wants that, my website, right? So if you use this for nothing else, that is something that is worth using it for. And I have the Champion Easy button on mine too, because sometimes people ask that, right? They ask me those questions. And then Tupperware support. So if anybody ever is like, hey, you know, I'm talking to somebody, I'm like, you probably need to call Tupperware. And I put the number right there for them. There's the Salesforce, all the contact information right there for anybody. So whatever it is that you're repeating over and over again, put it in a board. I have a board for what I say to people about warranties because I got tired of saying it over and over and over again, what we cover, and that there's $10 shipping charge and you can maximize it by placing an order, blah, 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 blah. And I kept typing it and I was like, why don't I have this in a board? All right. So that's just some ideas of how you could use your own board. But yeah, so many good things, so many great resources for you guys to be able to utilize. And like I said, Jeni just went over the easy button with us. So that's another resource as well. So, all right, I'm going to send it back over to Jeni, and she's going to talk to us a little bit about passion. Take it over, Jeni.
Hey guys. So once you get your board settled and you're talking to your people about the opportunity and you know what kind of parties you're going to have, you have to remember what we're passionate about. Okay. Why are you passionate about this business? And if you're not passionate about this business, find a part of the business that you're passionate about. Okay. Because we all have different things going on. So maybe it's a product. Maybe there's one product in this business that you just love. Like I said, the Stack Cooker is my all-time favorite product, but there are so many. People love the Fridge Smarts. Every time I talk to somebody about the Vent and Serves, I try to remember everything I heard Jessica Gordon say about Benton Serves at shows because the girl is passionate about Benton Serves, and she could sell Benton Serves to somebody that never microwaved, never froze anything, never had a leftover, and they would leave her with a set of Benton Serves. I promise you. The Ultra Pro, love the Ultra Pro. The choppers, we all love the choppers. Can be something as simple as the spatula or the can opener. We have great knives. Find a product that you love and talk to people about it. Put it out there on, your VIP page. Show if you don't want to do a video, I get it. Okay, but you really need to get over yourself and get it done because people want to see the videos. But, you can show pictures of yourself using the product. You can show pictures of your kids or your husband, get somebody else to use it if you don't want to be on there and show them how easy it is to use. Okay. You can get passionate about the perks. So you can get passionate about getting free products or the bonuses that we get, the recognition that we get. These are things that you can share with people and just talk about your own personal experience. Tell people what kind of free products you've gotten. Okay. Because you say to people, well, you can get the discount and you can get this and you can get that. Tell them what if I got together all the things that I've gotten for free from Tupperware and put it in a picture and put it out there, people wouldn't believe it. They'd be like, absolutely not. I do not believe I can get that much free stuff. But you can, and we all know that. So share with them that that's some of the things that go on. Share your passion about the perks, okay? Because we all get passionate about free stuff, let's face it. And we have a lot of things to help us prep, a lot of educational things. Ellen just talked about some of that. We've got a ton of free training. We have free demos, guys. We have cooking demos all over the place. Champion has a YouTube channel that has cooking demos all over the place. Tupperware has demos on the Tupperware and US and Canada Facebook page. You can get demos everywhere and share them if you don't have the product or if you don't feel like you're good enough to demo. And trust me, I'll tell you, I have done some of the dumbest things demoing. People just they laugh with you, okay? And it might be a little embarrassing, but it's okay. Um, and then some of the other things, okay, like Jubilee. If you haven't registered for Jubilee yet, and you even have the slightest inkling that you might want to go, now is the time. You can still register with the three easy pay things. So you can break it up into 3 payments until the end of February. But you want to go. If you aren't passionate about Tupperware, 3 days at Jubilee will do it to you. Okay. You will come out of there feeling like you are ready to conquer the world and that you know more about Tupperware in that 72 hours than you would have learned forever. It's great. It's great time with friends. It's learning. It's just a really good time. And this for me is probably what I'm most passionate about. Okay, I love the stack cooker. I like the free products. Love Jubilee. But I am most passionate about what Tupperware has done for me personally. And it's been going on 11 years now. It's given me more family time. And my kids were grown. Okay. My kids were grown, but my grandkids were not. And I get to spend time with my grandkids now that if I was still working a regular job, I would never get to do. Okay. And they know that. Plus, it's given me, I have a couple of grandkids that are in college now. It's given me another avenue to talk to them because now I get texts and messages from dorms saying, Grandma, about that popcorn maker. Or, oh, I didn't realize how much I used mom's grill when I was home. So I have one granddaughter that is going to do her own party at her dorm and show people how to do things because she needs to make some extra money. And she really doesn't have time to go out and get a job. She plays sports. She's got classes. She's got things going on. So this is an easy way for her to do that. I've made friends. And you guys know it because you're here. Okay. I have friends I would have never had without Tupperware. And those friends have helped me to grow personally. Okay. Whether it's been training on here or just the 5 people you hang around most or who you're going to be like. Okay. My mindset is totally different than it was when I joined Tupperware. It's definitely different than it was 6 years ago. And I can attribute absolutely 99% of that to the people that I have met in Tupperware, the friends that I've met, the trainings that I've got. Okay. So that's really important. And it's been a lot of self-growth. People that have known me through that time know that there's been a lot of self-growth. And if you haven't known me through all that time, just believe me, there's been a lot of self-growth because there was a lot of stuff going on that didn't need to be going on, just because of my personal situation. And it had changed so much. I was talking to somebody actually the other day at the IX that's been in Tupperware a long time. And they honestly thought, and and that's okay, that I was divorced. Um, not a thing. Okay. My husband passed away 8 years ago, and it was a very, very hard time. And honestly, people I had known for years, just out, like my kids had gone to school with them. I knew their parents and stuff like that. They were sympathetic, but they were not overly helpful. Okay. The people that I knew from Tupperware just jumped right in with, we're going to get you through this. We're going to help you. We're going to be right there for you. And they have been. Okay. So if Tupperware had never done anything else for me, it got me through that period and still does, because those of you that have lost somebody know that it doesn't just go away. Okay. You can't just be like, oh, it's been 6 years and everything's fine now. So some days it hits you harder than others. I was driving to the IX the other morning, song came on the radio and I almost had to pull off the road. I did get it together because I was smart enough to turn the radio off. But, it just happens. So the things that you need to get passionate about are the things that speak to you. So whether it's a product or the perks or, the preparation, the education that we get, or something personal, get passionate and share that with people. Because if you really, really, really share what's in your heart with people about Tupperware, they're going to do something. Okay. They're going to be a customer, they're going to be a host, or they're going to want to sign up and join you and find out what it is you're really talking about. So that's our soup. Okay. That's all the ingredients for the soup that we have tonight, Ellen.
Okay, there are two things that were said there. Time out. We got to rewind. Emma's going to sell Tupperware at college. That is very exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about that. And two, are you saying that people that knew you your whole life did not show up at your house with a car full of toilet paper and paper goods and coloring books for your grandkids? That's not normal?
That's not what happened. And my kids were fascinated by that. My children had never met my Tupperware friends, right? And but like I came in the back door of my house coming home from the hospital and coming through the front door with bags and bags and bags of stuff were Pam and Ellen with food and toilet paper and games for my grandkids and flipping dog biscuits, because Pam said, you're not going to think to buy this stuff and you're going to have a house full of people. And we just wanted to, and my kids were like, who are these people? And they have since found out who they are.
We don't go away. We don't
No,
go away.
but
Oh
yeah,
my gosh.
it was
That was actually just a coincidence, like that you happen to be actually coming home. We were just gonna we knew people were at the house, we were gonna leave stuff. We didn't know that it was gonna happen quite with that timing, but
that was nice too, because I needed to see people. So
you
besides all the
needed to
people I had
laugh.
been seeing, yeah.
You needed to laugh, and I
I
was
needed to be
seeing that.
amused about the dog biscuits were probably the funniest things. I was just like, yeah, bro. But
But
Pam's
here's Pam's heart, right? So we're walking around Walmart and she is like, oh wait, her grandkids, we gotta get coloring books, crayons, markers, let's get all of that. And then we happen to go past the dog biscuit aisle and she's like, she's got a dog, we have to get dog biscuits, we have to take the dog something, we can't not take the dog something. I'm like, okay. She was all over the place.
you guys left and my one daughter went, I guess we don't need to go to the store now. I was like, no, we're good.
But that's what we're talking about. Like when I was talking earlier about that community, and this is the type of stuff that happens when you are all in your business and all that good stuff. So absolutely. All right. So I'm going to leave you on here, Jeni, because we're getting ready to do our drawings. So everybody's looking at you. So don't do anything stupid. All right. So I wanted to end with the key to success is to focus on goals and not obstacles, right? And I want you to think about that, because we heard that a couple times tonight. We heard Kerrie focusing on her goals, not the obstacles of people saying no. You know, we heard you know, Jeni talking about, you know, those same things, you know, focusing on those goals and finding that passion and not the obstacles that were in front of her. Yes, they can be stumbling blocks, and sometimes they're a little bit more than a stumbling block, right? And it takes a little bit of time, but when you have a clear vision of what it is that you really want, and sometimes it's not something tangible, sometimes it's not money, sometimes it's truly that you just want to be happy. Like, you just want to be happy. You just want to have purpose. You just want to have something that's your own. Because, you know, as men and women, you know, we can get very easily wrapped up in our titles of mom, husband, son, daughter, like all those things, right? We can get so wrapped up in that, and we lose who we are, who our most authentic self is. And it's so, and the worst part is we don't realize it until the smoke clears and there's nobody sitting on your stool. I started to get mad earlier because Ella has a tendency to put clothes on the counter in the bathroom, and she leaves them there because I think she thinks she's going to put them back on. I don't know, but they sit there. Sometimes I wipe my hands on them because I'm not paying attention. I think it's a towel. Okay. And I was in the bathroom and I looked over and I saw her pile of clothes there. And I was like, someday those clothes won't be there. Like, it's okay. She can leave her clothes on the counter, right? But we don't notice that we lose ourselves until all of that stuff goes away. And then it's difficult. It's difficult. And so it's so important to get to just come back, right? To come back and find out who you are as an adult, right? Because maybe when you started this process, you weren't fully an adult. It can stretch on for 30, 40 years. Okay. But it's important to find yourself, because there are people out there that need you. They need you. They need your most authentic self, to give them permission to be their authentic self, to give them permission to take that back, to give them permission to have something that is just for them, that is just theirs. It's their business, where they feel valued, not because of the recognition and the numbers that they're putting out there, right? Not because they have big sales and big recruiting, but because they show up. And we're just so happy you're here, and all are welcome. And that is what we're talking about when we're talking about sharing the opportunity, is giving people that, right? All right. So so we got some drawings, right, Jeni? And then we'll
Yes.
get out of here.
And Ellen, in your defense, I will tell you, senior year is hard.
I don't want to talk about it. About this right now.
Okay. All right, then we are going to do a parties up drawing. How's that?
That sounds wonderful.
All right. Ooh. Excuse me. Okay, so the parties up again is for now. It's for the last 3 weeks of February and the first week of March. So keep putting those parties in, because we switch it up, and we really do pay attention to the dates that are in there and what's going on. So we have all these people with parties up, and we are going to hit this, and it is Jessica, and I don't know how to say your last name. And if you're on, how about you come on and tell me, so from now on we know what to say.
Jessica A.
I think it's
It ain't Alba. No, just kidding.
Sirius says it's Abel. I don't know if it is or not. That's very
Abel.
pretty if it is. Yeah.
It is.
But
I'm sure it's pretty anyways.
but
All right.
yeah.
Congratulations, Jessica. What else we got?
We have me writing down that name so we don't forget who it is. Okay. You guys have to give me time. Give me time. All right. And the other one we have is hashtag share the shine for February. You guys need to get on that. There's not a whole lot on there. I clicked or I searched.
It's been 1 week. It's only 1 week in February so far.
We have a lot of shine to share. Let's just get her done. Okay. I clicked on hashtag share the shine February, and everything that came up was from 2022 and 23. I'm like, no. That's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. So I had to get more specific. And it is Sharon Dahmer. See, Sharon shares something every day. And we do appreciate that.
Sharon.
Yes, we do.
I like it.
So yes.
All right, and then our attendance draw. Do we have any guests on? I don't think we do.
Nope, I didn't see any.
Okay. So we'll do our attendance drawing. How many people we have on? 31. Hey Siri, can I have a number between 1 and 31? Number 29. Well, that makes it easy.
That's easy.
Dun, dun. Lizzie Conrad. Congratulations, Lizzie Conrad. You need to send a message on Messenger. Is that going to Pam's account?
Yes.
Okay, it's on send a Pamela Matheny Clift your address so we can send you your Pam swag. Congratulations, Lizzie. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Oh, by the way, we have a really fun rally planned for next week, and I promise you, you will laugh. We are doing what is it called?
Like a panel.
It is. It's a panel that we're asking questions to everybody to get their experiences, and then also I think Bonnie is also going to be sharing recruiting interviews, which is really great to know. Like, have in your back pocket. It's something you want to practice, just so that then when you have the opportunity and somebody wants to have some questions, you have a way to talk to them, right? And it's a formula, right? So it's not like, well, you just have to have a great personality and have all this stuff memorized. No. It's formula. Questions, what you can ask when you're talking to somebody. So we have those things planned for next week, and we probably might even add some more stuff. So I just wanted to just kind of encourage everybody to get on next week. It'll be fun. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. Hi, Teresa's daughter. I can't remember your
Guys, bye,
name.
Teresa's daughter. Bye, everybody.
My name's
Bye.
Abigail. Or
Abigail.
Abby.
I don't know why I wouldn't remember that. I love that name. All right, bye.
Bye.